This is Conor McGregor for IFL TV. Delighted to be joined by Edwardinho. Mate, do you know what? This is the start of 4 weeks together. By the way, you're not happy about that, lad? Do you know what? That's the best you've looked in a while. I'm giving it to you. Look at that old Barnet.
Look at that old boy. Look, he's holding on to the Barnet.
Yeah, you know.
No Botox yet.
Yet? Would you do Botox?
No.
Nah. You look like the type of guy probably would at some point.
I think never say never, but never had Botox. Look at the frown lines. And the problem is, I've noticed when I talk like that. Yeah. So it's like constant frown lines.
Do you know, I go through looking for thumbnails and like, you are gold. I need to start sending you some of them ones I could ruin you on this.
I'm going to try and do, like, if I had the Botox, it would just be like there'd be no expression. I'd be expressionless.
Next 4 weeks together, Edward, so you're going to have to get used to this accent, you know?
4 weeks though. So are you doing Saudi as well?
No, I'll be doing everything
So
but
doing
Saudi.
Dublin, Belfast, San Fran and Phoenix.
Yeah. What a life.
What a life. What a life. Listen, what a life for all of us. Because at the end of the day, Colm, whilst you got air in your lungs, what a life.
It's true, mate. Words of inspiration.
Ask yourself this. When your days are nearly numbered, and when you're down to the last few, not sure what the metric is for air in your lungs. Yeah, I know that. It's not a metric, is it? Mils, I don't know, whatever, mils.
Milliliters in your lungs, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you think at that point you don't look back and go, how lucky was I? I wish I would have done more. You know what I mean? Life is a gift, and that's what I'm saying to these undercard fighters today. They're so lucky to be, we're all lucky to be part of Saturday night. And it doesn't matter if you're a fan, if you're tuning into the zone, if you're the promoter, if you're the media, watch what you get on Saturday night and you will see why this sport is so beautiful. You know, when I went to Crumlin Boxing Club last night, mate, it was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. It makes you understand the importance of boxing in this country, especially in areas like that. And, you know, I'm absolutely buzzing for Saturday night. I'm buzzing for Katie Taylor's fight. I'm buzzing for Gary Cully. I loved the Paddy Donovan against Danny Ball fight. You know, you got Zelfa Barrett. You got Thomas Carty in another exciting fight. You got Sky Nicholson in the toughest fight of her career. You got 2 All-Irish fights on before the bell as well. You got Giorgio Vizioli's debut. It's a banging card. And that's before Belfast next week. 4 absolute tremendous TV fights. And then we're off for Haney Prograis, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it's Sonny Edwards, chance to become unified in Phoenix before we go to Saudi for probably the biggest show we've ever seen.
You're selling it to me, Edward.
What?
You're selling it to me.
I don't have to sell it, baby. You can just smell it off me.
Wow.
I'm oozing big shows.
To be fair, it's a good end of the year, right? But I'm going to say, like, when we compare Queensbury's schedule, PBC's, did that give you that drive to kind of get in the best end of the year as possible?
Everyone. People talk about rivalries. People talk about promotional disputes. We want to win. We want to do better shows than Queensbury and PBC. And guess what? So do they. You must never take that away. Because if you do, the desire's not there. Do you understand? It's like, oh, you know, I don't care what the show looks like. We're passionate about what we do. We feel, it's not for me to decide, I've already decided, I won. The back end of our 2023 was better than anybody. PB.
Debatable. If we're being honest, bring Riyadh season into it. Is that Matchroom?
No, it's a co-promotion. We've got the main event. I mean, how can you say, is it not Matchroom? We've got the main event and 3 fights on the card. Queensbury were through the door. They were planning a show. We came in. Look, I don't really care if you want to call it a co-promotion, lead promoter, whatever. But I'm not just talking about that night. I'm talking about consistently, you know, over the last 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks, and especially with a finish. You know, with this week, with next week in Belfast, with Haney Prograis, with Bam against Sonny. But, listen, as I said, it's not for me to decide. I've already decided. We won. But I just want the competition, honestly. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning. Trying to do great shows, but trying to win. I've said it before. I just want to beat everybody. So, but don't ever let me lose that.
I don't think you'll ever lose that.
No, I might do one day, and when I do, bye.
Sail off into the sunset.
100%. Listen, when this ain't in it, gone.
Edward, we've heard the news today of Rodolfo Orozco with a positive test. another bad day for the sport in that regard. Just your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we haven't actually. I read the article about Frank. Wow, what happened to you? What a glow up!
Get him in here.
Come in here. Come in here. Wow.
Hold that for a minute.
No, you don't. No.
Wow, come in. Hey, unbelievable scenes. Did you see him yesterday? From Marv out of Home Alone to this.
I know. I'm trying to be like
Wow,
you.
you're
Trying to be
so
more like
handsome
you.
today.
Thank you.
Can I borrow your hairline?
PRP, mate.
Okay, great.
I'll send you the doc.
Yeah, send me the doc. Yeah.
Just on that, Rodolfo or
Yeah,
Roscoe.
so we didn't. I read the article to say he's been banned. We have not. That was a commission test, and we have not been advised of that ban yet. So we've actually reached out to the commission today to ask what is the result of that. We read it on Boxing Scene. Again, it's not a Matchroom VADA test. There was Matchroom VADA testing for that fight, but that was actually a commission test that he failed. So again, like, can't make it up. I mean, Conor Benn hit him with a kitchen sink that night. And yeah, just, again, I can say to you, it's a good thing that we're increasing the testing and you are finding fighters that are testing positive, but is it ever a good thing? Not really, but,
That brings me on to my next question. There's been rumours somewhere that Ben Eubank is going to end up on the Fury-Usyk undercard. Can you confirm or deny that?
I deny that.
Well, that categorically will not happen.
I mean, it's not been discussed. But could it? Yeah, I mean, there have been discussions with various international sites about staging that fight. But for me, honestly, my focus is still February the 3rd at Spurs.
Berlanga McCrory rumoured for Las Vegas. Look, you've said it. I'm not saying it. You've said it. The 13th of January. Confirm it or not, Edward?
I can confirm that his name, your fighter, has been discussed. But I can also confirm that January the 13th might not be the date because of Ben Eubank and because of other big fights that are being made, we are fiddling with the dates, and I can't confirm whether that will be the date. But he is in the mix.
If that's not the date, is he still the guy? I love that fight.
Why do you love that fight? Tell the fans why you love that fight.
It's a proper test for Berlanga. Paddy McCrory's story, I don't know if you know his story.
Tell us the story.
From literally, the guy had the British Army kicking down his door. He lived squatted with his mother. His father was in jail at this point. You love this story, mate. Paddy McCrory then went to the Devenies, which is like a small, intimate venue. Knocked out everything in front of him. Went away to Frankfurt. Won a world title, albeit the IBO world title, whenever he was in Germany, in the Lansdowne, and now he's going to get the chance of his life in Vegas against Edgar Berlanga. Mate, I could do your job,
I'm sold. How easy is it?
I think I am. Mate, that's it. I'm on the throne now.
Yeah. Listen, he's in the mix. He's in the mix. So, if we're looking at a guy from the top 15, I think he's an exciting opponent. I think it's a good test, but we'll see. Don't get too excited yet. Stand by.
I would just get your thoughts on Adam Catterall and Frank Warren. If you were in that situation with Adam Catterall, would you have handled it similarly to Frank? Do you feel that Adam Catterall maybe wasn't himself because it was thrown on him kind of last minute?
Adam's not from that world. Like, Adam is I have my back and forwards with Adam. I think that he's a good journalist or whatever you want to call it. I like it. The Fight Disciples, I think it's a good watch. I don't agree with a lot of what he says, and I've actually messaged him before, and I get on with Adam. It's not like I'm not going to call him out in an interview, but I probably would have done the same thing if I was Frank Warren, and I saw it, and I just pulled Frank in. I know it's different, but I might just say, "Oi, come in here. What was that you said?" And I feel like Adam lost the opportunity for a great debate there because I think there were so many holes in what Frank was saying, but he was on the front foot and he just overran Adam Catterall. And he just didn't want to really get involved. But again, it's not his thing. He's not in front of the camera like having it stuck on him every day. He's recording stuff in the studio, and like I said, I think the Fight Disciples do a great job. I don't think Frank did anything untoward at all. Like when I was on TalkSport the other day, they were saying, "Oh, don't you think it was terrible what they did to Adam Catterall?" I'm like, no, you can't sit there and slate a show or slate a fighter and not expect something to come back. And it wasn't like he stuck him up against the wall by the scruff of the neck. He said, "Oh, come in here. What is it you said?" And it just, again, I feel like I understood a lot of what Adam said, and I think we did get a little bit of what he called, sort of warm lagers, the right. But during that period of probably Dillian White and Chisora, and yeah, it was a bit like that. But now, I think the heavyweight division's flying. So yeah, I just feel he got a little bit overrun. But I don't think it was out of order what Frank did.
Do you think it's possible? Yeah, your good pal. Do you think it's possible that you and your good pal in Saudi Arabia, that Coogan could do a sit down after the event? Because we don't want to obviously affect it, where you both have that debate like he did with Adam Carroll.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything to debate at the moment. Yeah, but the problem is we're trying for progress. If we start going backwards, do you remember about 6 months ago you said this, like, you lot are to blame.
Not really though, because you play into it.
No, all really. Because you put up the clickbait, Eddie Hearn says, Frank Warren's this, Frank Warren says, Eddie Hearn's this. Actually, if you watch the interview, a lot of the time it's not the case. But he will read that and everyone will get angry. So why would we, when we're trying to make progress, allow you and your outlet to jeopardise the future of British boxing by interrupting this incredible blossoming friendship that me and Mr. Warren have by trying to stir up the old history and create all that again?
Have you shared any WhatsApp shit?
No. By the way, I did read something where it said Eddie Hearn said I still haven't shaken hands with him. I don't know. That was TalkSport, but I don't think I said that. We did shake hands in the room.
What did he say to you in the room? Was there any sort of conversation that you can disclose to us?
Listen, like I said, George was like the dad, right? It's like, right, you come in, right, Eddie, right, stop it, you two. Can we just sort of get along? And I said, look, I've had my instructions from His Excellency. This is a great opportunity for us both. Let's not fuck it up. And he went 100%. Look. This is a great chance, for boxing. Like, it wasn't like, I don't think I left and he went, do you know what? I like Eddie Hearn, but it's just, forget about, like, honestly, it doesn't matter. So at the moment, look, in the future, he'll do an interview, I'll do an interview. We'll probably go back, but we've made such great strides, who knows? And like I said, shout out to George Warren, done a great job of actually being probably the mature one in the situation, of saying, it was almost like, stop it, come on, And people like Saudi Arabia, His Excellency, they don't care about arguments on IFL. They just want to get things done. And that's what we'll do.
We're pushed for time here, but Josh Taylor's came out with some comments yesterday saying that, look, he hasn't received an offer. He's at the point where he has other offers. What's going to happen there?
Yeah, we will make him an offer, but, it might not be the offer that he wants. But we'll see if we can get it made. It's the fight we want to make. If he doesn't want to fight Jack Catchell, he can always fight Florian Markin.
Then what happens to Jack Catterall in that situation? Because obviously, Haney Prograis?
Maybe go and fight the winner of Haney Prograis. Maybe look at the winner of Montana Love against Liam Paro on that card as well. Richardson Hitchens, we've got loads of 140s, but that's obviously the fight we want to make.
Edward, see you tomorrow. Thanks.
Cheers, mate.